Hello, hello, and welcome to day 3 of the Love Your Money Challenge. My name is Elizabeth Booker, and I'm a financial coach, helping women change the way they think about money so they can earn more, save more, and start building the wealth they desire. Well done for sticking through day 1 in creating your spending plan and day 2 in uncovering hidden debts. But today, we're going to focus on decluttering your financial life. By simplifying your finances and eliminating unnecessary expenses, you can create more space for what truly matters, both in your bank account and in your heart. Our goal is to help you during this challenge set clear priorities and make intentional decisions on what exactly that you need to do and the decisions you need to make that free you from financial overwhelm and clutter. Remember that living a simpler, more focused financial life is part of honoring your faith and the blessings that God has given to you. So today, we are going to do 2 main things. We're going to review and evaluate your monthly subscriptions and recurring expenses. And we're going to identify and eliminate or probably adjust expenses that don't align with your priorities. Okay. But first, what is financial clutter? And again, like before, you do have a workbook so that you got in your emails. So definitely pull out the workbook, download it, and let's go through this together. Financial clutter includes every unnecessary or unused subscription, impulse purchases, and expenses that don't actually contribute to your financial goals, right? And clutter can cause stress. It can create stress. It can reduce savings and distract you from actually living a purposeful, faith-driven life. So our first reflection point in the workbook would be for you to reflect on ways which you do feel that financial clutter could be impacting your life. Yeah. How does it impact your stress levels, your ability to save and focus on what really matters? Okay. I'll give you an example of my life. Once, there used to be a time I always saved stuff. I was actually very good at just saving and feeling like I don't want to waste. Now, this included things from Tupperware, from takeout restaurants or restaurants where we got takeout from and keeping the Tupperware. If you like chocolate or chocolate cheesecake, I used to buy this goo chocolate dessert and keep the glass bowls in which they came into because I felt one day I would need it. Plus, I always kept clothes that I thought I would like and I didn't really like it, or clothes that don't really fit me well or suit my style, but I liked it and I felt maybe one day I would wear it, but I knew I wouldn't. I just couldn't give it away. Or shoes that I liked the look of but were so uncomfortable. But it just created so much clutter from my kitchen to my wardrobe. Every time I opened the doors, it was overflowing with stuff. And half of the stuff are things that I never really needed. So if one day I decided to clear it all out, and it was painful because somehow I had attached a part of myself to all these things. But once I cleared it out, being able to open my cupboards and find what I wanted really quickly reduced so much mental stress that I didn't know was having an impact on me. And the same with financial clutter, right? I used to have this subscription and I used to use it so often in a particular season of my life. But as time moved on and I moved out of that season, I no longer needed it, but I still couldn't let it go. I kept thinking, if I cancel this subscription, if I need it again, then I have to fill out an email and reapply. it was just felt too long. And so therefore I felt I would just keep it because I might need it. A whole year passed and I paid every month for this particular subscription, which I didn't even use. And still, I didn't want to cancel. I eventually canceled it and it was very painful. But it actually freed me up to do so many other things with my money. And I remember that there were times I would want to just treat myself to something and I'll think, actually, I don't have that much money for this. And I actually did have that much money, but I was giving it to somebody else because I didn't make plans for my own money myself. And so as I started clearing out financial clutter, things I'm not using, things that no longer serve me, things I don't need that are non-essential in my life at the moment or in my current season, I was able to make room and opportunities presented myself for me to actually invest and sign up for actual things that would improve my life, that would help me achieve my goals. And so as I think about that reflection prompt about how it has impacted my life, I know it in hindsight because I can see how it has changed, because now I'm not thinking, where is my money going this month? I know because it's not that many places where I don't need it to go. There are not that many places that I don't need it to go. And so I want you to also think through this as well as you go through your financial sheets, your financial statements, your expenses for this month, or you can even use last month as a template, and look through all your subscriptions. Are they really serving you and helping you achieve the life that you desire? Okay, take a moment now to open the workbook and let's answer the questions together. So as you get to day 3, you'll see that you have an action plan, which is to list out all your recurring expenses, right? And our reflection point that we have discussed. So on this sheet, our to-do task for today is to list out all our recurring expenses, including subscriptions, memberships, and routine expenditures. Yeah, so just list it all out. List out each under the category, if it's entertainment, if it's beauty, if it's going out, and then the service, how much it costs. And then let us know if it's necessary, if it's essential, or if it's non-essential, and if it's even redundant. Like the example I gave, that subscription that I was paying for would have fallen under the redundant. And then write under the notes if there's anything that you can think about, any actions you need. So in this example, in Netflix, the monthly cost is $12.99. It's non-essential. If you do have someone else in your household who has the same account, you can consider canceling yours and then sharing theirs when they're not using it. Action step: mark those expenses that you identify as non-essential or redundant. So you want to highlight those particular ones and write down an actionable change for each of the non-essential expenses. So this could be canceling it, maybe calling to negotiate a lower rate. This is actually an underused tip, because most services would rather you stay with them and reduce your charge than for you to cancel altogether. So if you actually call a service provider and say you would like to cancel, you might get a better offer than what you're actually paying now. So consider negotiating a lower rate or finding a free alternative, right? Then the next thing that we want to do is to define our financial priorities, right? Because after you've made those changes, you need to know what your financial priorities are so that you don't make the same mistakes again. Now, priorities change from time to time, but in this season that you're in, you want to know exactly what they are for this season. And with time, things will change, right? So now that you've reviewed your expenses, think about your financial goals and the values that really matter to you. And use the space below here in this in the book to actually list out your top 3 financial priorities. Now, these could be things like building an emergency fund, saving for your children's education, investing for your future, reducing debt, saving for a down payment for a house. It could be anything. So just write out what your top 3 are, right? And that's very important to know what your top 3 financial priorities are. This is important because you will be able to align your spending to reflect that these things are priority. So this is where my money, or most of my money, should be going. If you look at your statement and most of your money are going to things that are not on your financial priorities, then we need to, rejig that. If your financial priority is to save for an emergency fund and most of your money goes on entertainment, then we need to make some adjustments. Okay, reflection prompt. I want you to think about how your current expenses support or detract from your priorities, right? What changes can you make to better align your spending with your values? That's exactly what we just talked about. Okay, so take some time to write that out and then come back and let's do our devotional reflection. Well done. Well done for, taking time to actually think what's priority for me right now. So our reflection for today in the scripture is from Matthew 6:19-20. Do not stop for yourself treasures on earth where moths and vermin destroy, where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourself treasures in heaven. And so I want you to think about how we know we are in a generation now that is very materialistic. We are constantly pushed, from the media to want more, have more. Having just one is not enough. You need to have more cars. You need to have more shoes. You need to have more of every material thing, right? But consider how material distractions and unnecessary spending can clutter not only your finances, but also your spirit. If you're constantly thinking of, oh, I need to buy that, I need to get this, I need to have this, and having so many more possessions, and reflect on the call to focus on eternal values rather than temporary possessions. I'm not encouraging you to have a minimalistic lifestyle. If that is your calling, definitely go for it. But definitely simplifying your financial life can really help you live more intentionally, freeing up time and resources for the things that truly matter. So a reflection prompt for this section is for you to reflect on a time when you felt really just overwhelmed with material distractions, and how letting go of unnecessary expenses, can open you up for growth and meaningful priorities. Think about a time when you were always thinking of, oh, I need more of that, and I need this, and I need that. And did you feel in your spirit that it brought satisfaction? Once you got that new thing, did you feel, oh yes, I have got it, now I'm okay? For most people, when they want something, once they get it, they just move on to something else. They're like, it's like, children, they want this sweet, and once they've gotten it, they want the next thing, they want the next toy, I have kids and they always want the next toy. So it's important to just be able to realize that our flesh, in terms of wants, will never be satisfied. We continue wanting because that's not where we actually get our fulfillment from. Even though media tries to push the lie that if we have this next thing, if we have this next jewelry or the next car or this house or this material thing, then we will actually feel loved, or we'll feel like who we want to be. But it's all marketing, because if we're not planning for money, someone else is making a plan for it on our behalf. And marketing companies are very good at that. So reflect on that, right? And take some time to write down any thoughts that come to your mind. And then we'll put together our action plan. And this is actually quite easy because you've already reflected and you already have your action plan in your mind, but now we're just going to put it on paper. So it's pretty much in 3 steps. First step is review your expense template and list out all the 3 non-essential expenses that you want to eliminate or modify this month. So list 1, 2, 3 from the table that you had written up with all your expenses of your non-essential and your essentials. List out 3 non-essentials that you want to eliminate, and then write the action you're going to do. So whether it's canceling, renegotiating, or just getting rid of it altogether, just write out the actions. Then set a timeline, right? So write down the date in which you are going to make those changes. So expense 1 will be done by the 13th of the month. Expense 2 will be done by the 25th of the month. Whatever the date is, put a date to it and make sure that it's done. Also add it to your phone calendar so you don't forget. And then just create a plan to just monitor these things. When we're starting new habits, you need to monitor it and make sure that you stay on track to next month, even so that you're still on track to achieving your financial goals. So this may be as very simple as just noting the amount that you want to save or the amount that you're going to save by canceling or modifying that expense, and ensuring that that amount is pushed towards your financial priority, whether that is saving or investing or paying down a debt or putting money towards something else. Okay, well done. And so we've come to the end of day 3. But before we go, first I want you to write down an insight or a commitment that you're taking away from today's session. And I want you to sign another commitment statement for yourself, saying that you commit to simplifying your financial life by eliminating all unnecessary expenses that don't align with your priorities, so that you can focus on what truly matters and live out your faith with clarity and purpose. When there's so much financial clutter, we don't have space to be blessings to other people or to be a blessing to ourselves or our families. So we want to commit to carrying this decluttering out. Okay, so well done. And if you do need any support with this, feel free to join our WhatsApp group. And remember that by setting clear priorities and eliminating unnecessary expenses that distract you from your goals, you are really actually creating space for more purposeful and faith-driven financial future, right? And every change, no matter how small, it's moving you closer to the life of freedom and focus, the life that you actually truly desire. So well done. And I am so excited that you've stuck it out these 3 days. We're on to day 4 tomorrow, and it's actually one of my favorite topics. It's on investing, so make sure you tune in. Okay, see you tomorrow.